Hey yogis, here is a review of a couple of things that we worked on this past Thursday for increasing strength, specifically the inner thighs and the core. So we're gonna start by setting up using a block for your head and then the inflatable ball or a blanket just at the top of your hip. You'll lie on your side. Knees are stacked and they're about hips distance apart. We'll start by taking a few deep breaths here. So as you breathe into the belly and then the ribs. And then exhale. Now, if it's comfortable enough on your shoulder, you can rest your hand on the top of the ribs. As you breathe in, feel the ribs expand, they inflate up. And then as you exhale, use the hand to press the ribs back, and you're releasing the weight of your body into the ball and the ball into the ribs and basically the side of the gut. Let's just do a few more rounds of that. Breathing in and then exhale. Breathing in through the nose. And then exhale either out of the nose, or if you can do it more completely, out of the mouth. But you definitely want to be breathing in through the nose. Right. Now, the top leg will cross over and the bottom leg extends. And you might feel more sensation as you do that. Let's just do a couple of breaths here, breathing in and breathing in. Just two more times. Now take your top hand and you're just going to reach it forward and then draw it back. And reach it forward. And so the ball is rolling underneath the rib cage. Maybe massaging out a little bit more of your ribs. Now you could take this into a full arm circle around the body, if you like, if that feels okay on the shoulder. You could also just stick with the extend and release. Just finish up the movement that you're doing. Now, pressing into this top knee, flex the bottom foot, and then lift up. Now, there's a few ways you can cheat, and I'm telling you this so that you're just aware of them. You could roll to the side. You could collapse through the ribs here. So you want to lift up, knees straight, and you're pressing through the heel, and then lower down. And relax the side waist into the ball. Now we're going to reposition the ball. You'll rise up. And the ball is going to come from underneath the rib cage to underneath the top knee. Palms facing up. And we're going to be pressing into the palms so that you see there's space here between my side waist and the floor. As you press up, you want to make sure you don't collapse. And then you lower down. Just do that another down. Time. And lower down. Let's come to the other side. As you're transitioning to the other side, just notice the two sides of the body. Because it can be interesting to notice the after effects. Do the same setup. A block is a pillow. The ball's going to come, again, it's just, so your hip is here, just goes on top of the hip. And I've got mine, probably 90% inflated. You could reduce this to just 20% inflated. So this shouldn't feel uncomfortable. It's like a, it should feel like a gentle massage. Now breathe in. And breathe. Place your hands on the ribs and just repeat that 3 more times at your own pace. Last one. Now extend the bottom leg straight and the top leg. So right away you may feel more, more sensation. And more is not necessarily good, so you may want to inflate the ball a little bit if this is too much. And then you're gonna press into this top knee if you can. If it feels uncomfortable, don't worry about pressing into it. And you're gonna lift the bottom leg. And then you will. To make your way up, slide the block out of the way. Got the ball underneath the knee now. And you're pressing into the forearm, lift the bottom leg. Again, notice there's no collapsing here. I'm pressing into this forearm to engage the core in your breathing. Just take a look down at your leg. You want to have it aligned with your hip. And then you lower down. Let's come back to our first side. We're going to add on to that a little bit. We don't need any props for this. So this is how we work. There's 2 options. You can have this top leg in front of you and then the back leg. So you have a split stance here. And I invite you to choose the split stance, like how far works for you. You're gonna press into this forearm, and let's start by using our hand. You press in and you lift up. Now, this may not work for you. Try it this way. Press into that forearm. So first turn on the area around the shoulder and the area around the core. Really press into your feet. Before you even lift up, you want to feel your legs turn on and then lift up. And breathe. Rest. And then lower down. Now, if that was too much, then you come back and you focus on this inner thigh lifting. You know, if it felt like it was too much on your shoulder, and then we'll review this again on Thursday. So make note of any questions and we'll come up with options. So we started here, the legs on top. And straighten the leg. Press into the forearm. So here you feel this lift up. You're pressing into the feet. The feet are active. And I'm going to use my hand here first. Press up. You might find that it's helpful to have a block and press down. And even if it's just a blip of time. And then down. And then you can try the other stance. And feet are flexed, turn on. Because it's easier to turn on before you start loading it. So press into the forearm. Then you can turn it. Now notice as you're doing this, where is any discomfort in the body? What muscles are being used? What muscles are being overused? And then release. All right, so I look forward to your comments and questions. Hope you're having a great weekend.